We go from humble to flexing, you DM, I'm texting, she hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing, the king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect them, a press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon, the demon, the session, we killing the pack. We go from humble to flexing, you DM, I'm texting, she hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing, the king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect them, a press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon, the demon, the session, we killing the pack. We slaying witches and demons, making a list like I'm Steven. This ain't the Garden of Eden. Playing this game, it's not even. I come with soldiers and legions. That is my name that you speaking. All of y'all live for the weekend. I don't know what you believe in. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. She rocking the two-piece and look like a snack. Stay out of trouble, but I got a new scheme. I'm sipping on wine while they sipping on Axe. I done told y'all if I see it, I cop it. You see what we rockin', we drippin' all black. You being off, you seen this deposit. We brought a few bags and there's more in the back. I got riches storing up in heaven. I'm a big gorilla, I got ape aggression. Young and jaded like an adolescent. I'm slightly faded like an evanescent. Brand new villa up on the East Coast. You better come through because we stay progressing. If you roll with us, you better unpack before God teaches you an eternal lesson. Roll with me, you gonna learn something. Roll with me, you gonna earn some. We in the forest like we Fern Gully. If it's feeling off, I discern some. Clean hearts, but we stay muddy. Too smart, but we stay study. Stank face, cause we too ugly. All these jokers think they too funny. We go from humble to flexing, you DM, I'm texting, she hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing, the king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect them, a press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon, the demon, the session, we killing the pack. We go from humble to flexing, you DM, I'm texting, she hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing, the king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect them, a press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon, the demon, the session, we killing the pack.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Oh, okay, help me, please!
Reach up! Reach up! Reach up and grab him!
I'm bleeding! Don't let me fall, please!
No! Go to the fucking gym.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. In today's episode, the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting K2, flexing on all you beaches. There's the Tainty Man. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show today. Thanks for being here. 3508 in the house. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe. We're live on Rumble and YouTube. And of course, you can bang your ear holes and eye holes over on Spotify and Apple Podcast. For the stream, join us over at SwoleNormusX.com. We're going to jump right into some of these Swole fan posts. A couple announcements before we get started. Today is Monday, so we will have some new releases when we get to the Balls Deep portion. And of course, we have some awesome specials over there at papaswolio.com. Right now, your boy is rocking Let It Grow. Awesome for the holidays. You still got time. You could probably still get all your merch in if you're placing orders for the holidays. So make sure you're not slack and make sure you're placing those orders. Get them in. You got snowstorms coming. You got a lot of things that are flying off the shelves. So make sure that you get those stocking stuffers and you get those nip covers over there at papaswolio.com because we have buy one, get one 50% off. And fam, we do have some awesome new releases today.
Wow.
We'll get into that in a moment. Welcome, come one, come all. We got Tanya, Cerny, Loretta in the house. We got Diana, Lacey. How we doing, Elizabeth? Everyone watching in the Telegram chat, fam. Let's get into today's episode. Are you ready? Let's get into some merch first. It's time for the tip.
Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside.
Today's Swole card is Let It Grow. I actually don't have it over here right now. So hashtag Let It Grow. Drop that in the comments. The first post.
What's in the box?
The first merch post we got is from Excelsior Rach. And ironically, she's rocking the Back to the Fucking Gym tank. I love it. I got the flag right behind me right now. Wouldn't you know? I actually didn't even plan that. That's hilarious. It's one of our best sellers, so it makes sense. So go and check that out over at papaswolio.com. Love the color. Love that design. It's like my favorite design. I think that's literally my favorite. This might be the all-time design. I can't tell. People ask me all the time, which merch is your favorite? That's like picking your favorite child. I mean, in this case, it's pretty easy. This is a really good one for it to be the number one design. That's a good choice. Some designs, like, oh, it's my favorite. There might be some better ones objectively. That's pretty damn good. That might take the title. What's your favorite merch? Drop down in the comments. What's your favorite merch? Let It Grow I told you this is going to be an all-time design. I feel like Let It Grow might be the best one now. I'm not sure, but it's close. Speaking of favorites,
What's in the box?
we got some more. We got this from Jeff. Fam, you guys have to drop this in the community. If you go on Spotify, I don't know if Apple Podcast does this, but Spotify does, right? People post their top podcasts for the year. Which one or ones held your top spot? And Jeff posted this in the app. Saw this posted a few days ago and went to check for myself, knowing that I'd be up there. And of course, it's the Daily Sleaze Cast, your top podcast. You streamed 13,934 minutes.
Inconceivable!
And you're a top, not 1% fan. You are a top 0.5% fan. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for destroying your ear holes with us every single day, pretty much. And here's to a big 2026. Jeff, we're going to make it a 0.25%. All right, we're going 0.25%.
Boom shakalaka!
Love it. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for the support. And here's to destroying your ear holes for another whole year. We got this from Tyler, Sunday Fun Day. Very nice. We got a bench. And look at that dumbbell rack. That dumbbell rack is lacking. All right, we got problems with this rack. Fam, okay. Can we talk about the design of this dumbbell rack? What is actually happening here? Nothing wrong with the gym. Good for you. Nothing wrong with Tyler. Nothing wrong with any of this. I'm just making an observation because this is the picture. There's really nothing else. Sunday Fun Day. Cool. I trained yesterday too. That's awesome. But why is that rack on the right a half rack? Why is there nothing on the bottom? 27.5 pound weights. Why not use the bottom rack? Why not put some heavier dumbbells there? Why is there no bottom rack on the right one? Just seems like it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, just a weird observation that I saw. But good for you, Tyler, making the gains on the weekend. Sunday's a great day for the gym, especially if your gym is open, which it should be. If your gym's not open on Sunday, get a home gym or get a different gym. Gym should be open on Sunday. Gym should be 24/7. I know they have to staff it and stuff like that, so I do understand that sometimes you can't have a gym open, but your gym should be 24/7. If someone wants to make some sick fucking gains, they should be able to. So you should be open on Sunday. And what sucks is that people have days off, usually on the weekend or on Sunday, and the gym's open from 8 to 12 or 12 to 2 or 10 to 2. It's just inconvenient. And then, of course, because you have limited hours on the Sunday, when it should be an open, casual, slow day and there's no one there. Everyone that goes has to be there within those couple hours, so it's packed. And that's the worst part about a Sunday. So a lot of times gyms have crowded. They're crowded because they have limited hours. But anyway, let's do one more Swole fan post and then we'll get into some Rate My Meal. We got Rate My Meal coming up and we'll take some questions. Will says, I am working on consistency. This is what I struggle with the most when I'm on holidays. I started my holiday on Friday and I'm off till January 5th. Whoa, that's a nice break.
Wow.
And for whatever reason, it's like a little switch in my brain that says, let's be lazy. I don't make a big deal out of it if I do skip a workout, but it does take some extra effort to stay on track. Since it's easy to say, I'll do some extra tomorrow. Yesterday was one of those days that could have been skipped. I didn't get the best sleep, but I decided to get into my gym and play around a bit, practiced some new exercises, and lighten the load on others to really focus on technique and tighten up my form. You may be thinking that I ended up having a great workout. Well, it still sucked, but I got it done. Keep doing what you do, fam. 7 pillars, and go to the fucking gym. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just mentally you're wiped out. Most people are more exhausted. Most people are chronically sleep deprived and stressed, and they don't realize how their cortisol's through the roof. So when you finally have a breather, mentally and physically, you just kind of collapse and you feel like, I think it's the kind of thing when you stop moving, all of a sudden you realize how fast you've been moving and then the momentum just dies. So you really have to keep it going. That's why you do it first thing. You wake up, you go, you get it done first, and then everything afterwards is a windfall. So you earn that relaxation. And I'm not saying don't relax. If you finally have some time off and you get to do some chores or do some errands or just hang out, meditate, watch a couple movies. I get it. You want to punch out and just chill, relax. Sometimes it's cold as fuck and there's really not much to do. So you're kind of bored or you're trapped at home. Depends on where you live. So you just got to keep that momentum going and use the gym, use your training as, okay, I got my training done, so now I get to do. And it's not giving yourself a treat, or training allows me to eat cheat meals and go and do jack shit. But it gives you that, okay, I got my stuff done. Now I'm able to, shift gears a little bit, drop the RPMs a little bit and kind of chill, fill your cup, do some more yoga. Bottom line, what Will did is great. Just do something. Even if you have a push day and you feel kind of drained, but it's your time to train, cool. Just do one exercise or do 3 sets of one exercise, because push day, just do a push. You don't have to do shoulders and triceps. Just do chest. Just do like some pushing, do an overhead press, do a chest press, do a dumbbell press. Just pick one exercise, do 2 or 3 sets. And sometimes that leads into the rest of your workout. So sometimes just doing the beginning of it gets you through. And if you have to keep it more limited, just because maybe you don't have the mental, the brain space, or the physical, whatever it is, just compress it, adjust your programming. And you can do this when you have a break. You can adjust your program split accordingly. Maybe you change your split during the holidays because it's easy for you psychologically or physically to execute on it. Everyone's different. Just because you don't have to do things the same way. You don't have to do the same thing, the same things the same way over a different schedule, but you should have a different option. And this is why we always talk about with the famous book that we always recommend when it comes to habits, Atomic Habits. It's a great book, but you should have different blocks. You should have different scheduling blocks. So if something comes up or something changes or something goes a different direction, you can pivot things around and you can move things around in different ways. So you have a few different options to have a successful day with your training and your nutrition. Not everything has to be the same way. And if you rigidly force yourself and box yourself into doing specific things a certain way, if the wind blows slightly to the east, all of a sudden everything falls apart like a house of cards. And that's not how you maintain consistency. All right. So good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for sharing, Will. And I agree. A lot of people deal with that. So thanks for sharing. And if you have any other advice, you can share in the comments down below. Fam, unfortunately or fortunately, it's time for Rate My Meal. Let's get into it. All right, let's see what we got.
What's in the box?
Rate my meal. I shall do that. I shall rate your meal. Amanda, a plate for 2. Rice crackers, fruit, and assorted cheeses. Still got the cottage cheese fetish going on in these pictures. All right, crackers. Is that some avocado? That's fruit. That's a fruit. You got some grapes, some random fruit. Okay, and some cheese. A plate for two. I'm assuming this is a very light snack, but you know, where's the food? This is something that's kind of in between. This is not a meal at all. So this begs the question, why are we eating this? What's the purpose? What's the context? So, you know, I would pick at that. I would eat the watermelon or eat some of the fruit, but this is not something you sit down and eat a meal. This is like, hey, we have this out and people are just kind of grabbing a couple pieces, or you bring this to a work function or something like that. There's nothing bad here. It's just not a meal. It's obviously just, I don't know. You know, I'm also not really, in general, just noticing, this is aside from Amanda's thing, so nothing really, there's nothing bad on this plate, really. But I don't like the whole mix. I'm not a big mixer. I'm not a big like, ooh, a strawberry, ooh, an orange, ooh, a watermelon, ooh, a grape. I want grapes. If I have grapes, I want a bowl of grapes. If I have a watermelon, I want to sit there with a half a watermelon and a spoon and just go to town. If I have pineapple, I want a bowl of pineapple. I usually want one thing. I usually don't mix, and it looks like if you have that, it looks like it's maybe like a pre-made. We're gonna call it a fruit salad, right? The whole salad scam that you put mayonnaise on something and you call it a salad, which is kind of a gross way to save leftovers in your fridge. We'll put mayo all over and call it a salad. All right, so Amanda, you're good, but make sure you get some steak in your stomach. Anna, lean turkey deli. Oh, what the fuck are we doing here?
What the fuck is that?
It's Monday. Can we get a good start, please? Lean turkey deli. Cottage cheese. What is with cottage cheese? That's really making a comeback, huh? Turkey pepperoni. I'm just going to leave that there. I'll let you comment on it. Bell pepper. I usually use yogurt and ranch seasoning, but I ran out of yogurt. Oh, that's good to know. Quick, easy, and so filling. That's fucking disgusting. Jesus Christ. Quick, easy, so filling. Okay, well, if I eat sawdust, it's going to fill my stomach up. It doesn't mean it's going to give me nutrition. Again, if it's quality cottage cheese, all right. Turkey is exceptionally overrated. It's probably salted, cured, processed, low quality turkey. You're not getting quality turkey and deli meat. You're not getting turkey pepperoni is not a thing. That's like saying vegan, or that's like saying vegan bacon or banana peel bacon. You're going to put ranch seasoning. That's even gross. I'm just blowing this apart. Why are you using green pepper as like the outside? This is what happens when you're obsessed with avoiding calories and you're obsessed with avoiding carbohydrates, but you're eating them anyway, and you're sacrificing quality food to obsessively eliminate macros. That's gross. You know, she doesn't want bread. Okay. Well, you can also eat some eggs and you can have that turkey shit or whatever, but you need food. You need carbohydrates. Most people can benefit from, real carbohydrates. Like this is one of those, well, you're cutting out calories because I'm eating a bell pepper instead. I don't know. It's just, I've never seen this before. And there's a reason why I've never seen it. So quick, easy, so filling. Quick and easy is not, again, eating a steak or eggs. And I'm saying that every meal has to eat steak or eggs. But if you're eating, steak and eggs are easy and they're quick and it's satisfying. You don't want it to be filling. You got to be careful. You're trying to feel full, and then you start eating things that fill up your stomach mechanically. Like, hey, I'm putting stuff in my stomach, but are you digesting it well? Are you getting the nutrients? What else? What other processed ingredients are you consuming? Because you know that turkey and the pepperoni has like 30, 40 ingredients in it. Ranch seasoning, that's disgusting. Ranch is gross. Gnarly. Quick, easy, so filling. We need to get you on some real food, though. Real food. These are these kinds of meals that obsess with, like, well, this is only 140 calories. Yeah, because there's nothing good in it. Like, nothing tasty. That's not as tasty. Come on. You're having turkey. Like, let's go back to this. And forget Anna. Like, this is not about her. Whenever someone posts this, it's not about the person. It's about the food and the choices people make and the mindset behind it. So forget the name. So you're having this, you want fat, your body wants fat, you want protein, right? And you want salt. So you're getting these processed cured meats, the turkey, and that's a lot of salt in it. The turkey pepperoni, tons of salt in it. Okay, you're putting ranch seasoning, which has tons of salt in it. You have the fat from the cottage cheese and the actual, I think you put cheese on it as well, maybe. I don't know if there's cheese on it also, but, and then you have protein. So like you'll get the same thing if you have fat, protein, and salt. Like that's a steak. That's eggs with salt on it. Those are the taste profiles that you're craving. And then you go around and eat all these other things instead of, I'm not saying you're going to be, it's the worst thing you could possibly eat. It's just a weird, it's more of a complication. It's just more of a complication than it needs to be. Donato, 6 eggs, 8 ounces of hot sausage, half a cup of diced tomatoes, green chilies, half a cup of Mexican blend cheese, and cut up bacon bits. Okay. In itself, no issue. Quality matters. So just be careful of what's in the cheese. Obviously, I'm a big fan of grass-fed and finished dairy and raw dairy and stuff like that. The bacon bits, cut up bacon bits. What kind of bacon? What kind of preservatives? It's bacon bits. We know kind of the background on that. So details matter, but it's a good choice. It's a good, a good mix. Looks pretty easy. Looks like it's tasty. Just be careful of all the additives in some of those ingredients. So the ingredients always matter. Sometimes these meals are fine, but then where you're sourcing the ingredients also matters too. We did this one already, and I'm just going to skip it because that's just as horrible as it was the first time. So I'm not even going to do it. If you watch the show, I'm just not going to touch it again. I don't know why that's in there twice. Lawrence Skibicki. We got steak. Thank you, Lawrence. Pete McIntyre. Open fire grilled New York strip baby reds. Couple sprigs of asparagus and mini sweet peppers. People gotta have something else on that plate. All right, I like the steak. Ryan Mason. Butter chicken, potato, and beef. Bullet. Right. Not bad. Good save. The green pepper thing took me out. The green pepper sandwich was a little bit confusing. It's concerning. It's concerning to me. Let's get into some questions. You got live questions. Drop in the comments. Hashtag Ask Papa Swolio. And we will get into some questions. Mike on YouTube says, I've never seen anyone use peppers as a bun. Yeah. I've never seen it. Never seen anyone use peppers as a bun. Haven't seen that. I've seen people do stuffed peppers before. I've had stuffed peppers. Someone made that once. I mean, it's edible. It's just unnecessary. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things you can do that you can chew and swallow, but just because you can, I don't know. It's the novelty, I think, also. People have to have that novelty. They have to have something different. They have to have some kind of color. I think people are just brainwashed into thinking that the plate has to look like the fucking rainbow in some ways, and that anything that's sold at the store, and if it's a vegetable or it's green or it's red or it's something, it's good to consume. And in most cases, it's just not true. It's not true. And it doesn't mean you can't have it once in a while. But again, if you're eating some of these foods and making some of these choices and you're not satisfied with where you are, you have other issues. People deal with migraines and skin conditions and joint pain and brain fog, and they pound some of these things all the time. They're eating salads all the time, or they have digestive issues. And it's like, you have to look at some of these other things that you're eating, because you can have a lot of anti-nutrients that block absorption of certain vitamins and minerals. And just because you have certain vitamins and minerals listed or certain calories on the back, or as protein, or as this, partial proteins, incomplete proteins, they can lead to huge spikes in blood sugar, even if it's a vegetable. People don't wear continuous glucose monitors, so they don't realize how a lot of these things, even if they're not literally a carbohydrate, can impact blood sugar, especially even proteins and fats, especially with all the other ingredients, or how quickly it absorbs into the bloodstream, and how your body, it's a complex system. So your body reacts differently with different foods, and everyone's different a little bit. And most people don't realize that. So they think anything that's sold in the fruit and veggie section can be consumed. And then you have pesticides, right? You have atrazine, you have glyphosate, you have genetically modified products. So it really depends. You can make your own mayonnaise. You could use egg yolk and other stuff, but do you have to have it? Do you have to go through all that to make your own this, or just eat better food and then you don't need those things? When you eat really good ingredients and you really learn how to cook and you focus on like the fundamentals, the taste profile's reset, and you want that. You want your fuel, and you can make it taste amazing. And there's so much variety. When you're focusing on dense nutrition. Just my opinions on it. So pretty good rate my meals, I'll be honest.
What's in the box?
All right, questions. Got live questions. Drop it. Hashtag APS. Alice, what should I do when I'm bored? Go to the fucking gym.
Gaming.
I don't know. Learn how to use AI and create your own app or something. What should I do when I'm bored? Go to the fucking gym and get off the internet. Read a book. Rachel Rodiaz. Rachel Rod? Raquel Rod. Rodiaz or Rachel Rod Diaz? Whatever. Your favorite pre-workout meal? I don't have a pre-workout meal. So usually I'll have some kind of protein. Either I'll just have like 20 or 30 grams of just whey, and then I'll have my pre-workout, and then I train. So I don't like eating. I definitely don't want to eat before I train more often than not. And if I do have a meal, it's usually a couple hours. I'll have 2 hours after I eat, or an hour or something. I don't have a favorite pre-workout meal like that. Caco Herrera, what's your favorite pre-workout meal? Caco Herrera, I feel alone in my 37s. In my 37s? You mean 30? That's only one. There's 37 is not multiple. So your late 30s, I guess you could say. I'm a loser. Loser? I'm a loser. I feel alone. I'm 37. I'm just going to translate. I'm a loser. No physique. Where do I start? I hate, feel depressed. Well, first off, get yourself Duolingo and practice the English language. That will help. That will help learning a new skill. So props for doing your best on this one, but that would help. That would help expand your abilities. Where do you start? You start by creating good habits. Go to swolenormousx.com, download the 7 pillars, and start going back to the basics and the fundamentals, and make sure that you're doing the things properly in your life. Most people don't have those foundations, and they wonder why they're missing things. It's because they don't have any foundation. You're worrying about a supplement or some magic workout program or some magic split or whatever else someone that's already successful is doing, and you're comparing yourself to everyone online. So you're 37, I'm 42. So you can not be a loser, but you have to do things that losers don't do. And that's what a lot of people don't want to do. They don't want to find new friends or cut off toxic people. So you're surrounding yourself with losers, and then you're going to be one. You're the product of your environment. So change your environment. Change your environment, change your inputs. And if you keep on doing the same thing, you're going to have the same shitty outcome. So you hate to feel depressed, then what are you doing about it? How do you not become, how do you stop being a loser? No physique? Then go to the fucking gym. Where do you start? Start eating more steak, protein, eating quality foods, following fitness content, and get jacked. Get jacked. Where do you start? That's where you start. You start by doing it. And then you make mistakes and you make adjustments and you keep moving forward. You could build an amazing physique at 37. Anyway, that's just one aspect. Sunlight, all those things. But that's why the 7 pillars are the best place to start, because it breaks all that stuff down. It helps you customize your life based on what you need. Mike says, my wife likes salads, but usually gets an upset stomach from it. I try to remind her that it's only, quote, healthy if you can digest it. Haha. Yeah, she's not digesting it. So she likes salads. I think it's a psychological. She thinks she's eating something healthy, and she thinks, it looks light. Oh, there's not a lot on it. You're eating what a fucking cow eats. You're eating what your food is eating. No one's digesting that shit, man. No one's digesting that. Zeta Boy 007. That's why when you eat corn, it's like, oh, there's corn in my poop. Yeah, it's going straight out. You ain't digesting that, bro. Zeta Boy. Tips on making homemade gym equipment. No tips. I don't make my own gym equipment, but you can. You can use wood. You can use cement. There's plenty of people. If you go online, you see all these guys in India that use concrete, that make the maces. They make maces. They make joris. They make the meals. They make them out of concrete. They take molds and stuff. So go on YouTube and watch videos of people going to Home Depot and taking wood or tying a rope to a tree and doing pull-ups. You could do pull-ups on stairwells. There's a lot of things you could do. So any tips on making it yourself, go on YouTube and do that if you need to make your own gym equipment. or go on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist and get it cheap. Sylvia Hernandez, 6412. I feel I haven't made any progress in a while. Those last 10 pounds, suggestions. Get out of your feelings. Start getting objective measurements and go back to the foundations. So you probably haven't made progress in a while. You're lifting heavy weights. Are you building muscle? Are you getting stronger or adding weight or reps? So if not, then you're not making progress in the gym. If you're not building muscle, then there's other aspects, right? Are you on birth control, estrogenics in your environment? What kind of toxins are you consuming? Blue light, sleep, cortisol. There's a lot of suggestions. So those last 10 pounds, stop paying attention to the fucking scale. What are you doing to make actual improvements? If you're making actual improvements, if you're doing the same thing, this is what people do. You're doing the same thing and just looking at the scale. It's not moving because you're doing the same fucking shit. You're doing the same fucking shit all the time. Just looking at the scale. That number's staying the same because you're doing the same shit. If you're not progressing, if you're not continuously like cutting this down or increasing muscle mass, or then eventually you're going to plateau. Your body's not always going to your body doesn't want to grow. Your body doesn't want to lose. It's trying to find homeostasis. So you got to change the environment, change the inputs, and you get different outcomes. Hayden Warwick, should I eat 2 grams of protein per pound of weight if I want to add muscle fast? Eating more protein doesn't build you more muscle. That's just going to pack on fat. So no one should be eating 2 grams a pound. 2 grams, that's insane. You only need about 0.8. So you don't even need 1 gram per pound because you don't have, if you weigh 200 pounds, that's not all muscle. You don't need a gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's retarded. We've always said that. Usually it's a good general goal because you're not going to hit it, but it's 0.8 grams per pound or 1 gram, around per, was it 1 per kilogram or 0.8 grams per pound. We'll just do it with freedom units. So if you're 200 pounds, what is that? 0.8, what is that? 160? Do the math, whatever that is. So you don't need as much protein, you need the stimulus. So you need the stimulus for growth. And most people be better off eating more carbohydrates, but it's the quality of the food. So eating more protein does not help you build more muscle. The only thing that helps you build more muscle is progressive overload, so your body can lay more contractile proteins and build larger and stronger muscles. You need to build mass to move mass, so you need to get stronger. All right, let's do it. Any other questions, drop in the comments. Bars deep. Now, we got some releases. So we're going to jump right into it. Let's see. Just trying to. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. Let me bring those up. We got a bunch of releases. We got some really cool stuff. All right. So we're going to feature something today. But first off, let's get into the first releases. Now available for members. Join us, SwoleNormousX.com. First one we got here is bacon wrapped venison bites. That's nice. That's dope.
I give it a 10. A fucking 10.
Awesome. Bacon wrapped venison bites now available for members. Super awesome. Good stuff. Bacon wrapped venison bites. We also have some featured classes. Swolga hip rotation now available for members. Swollen 7 kettlebell round 6 and Maximum Swole legs number 2. All those available now for members. Again, when you join, you get access to the SwoleNormous app. All this is available on your homepage, and it's right there. And we do these featured rotating classes that way. You can sample some things. Even as a member, you have access to thousands of pieces of content. But of course, sometimes things, you're not going to see them, or you haven't done them in a while, or you don't know they exist and you're new. So we feature these and we rotate different ones right there on the homepage. That way you can try something maybe you never did. So it's great. Awesome. All right, I do have an appointment, so we got to keep on rolling. We got to hustle. So we got new releases and we got a bunch of announcements to make. All right, we got new yoga. New yoga. Who's ready for yoga? We're not doing balls deep videos today. We're just going to do the releases because I want to make sure we spend enough time on them. And then, of course, back tomorrow. So we'll have more.
What's in the box?
We'll save them for tomorrow. But we got new yoga from Alex. Brand new yoga class. Never done. No one's done this. No one's done it ever. Yin for back number 2. Let's go. Yin for back number 2. Brand new class. Go and check it out. You haven't done this yet. No, you haven't. No, you haven't. Hit the like button if you're watching on Rumble or YouTube and join us and try this new class. Yin for back number 2. So obviously there's Yin for back number 1. If you haven't done that one either, go and try it out. Quickly before we get into a couple more releases, Maine Marshall says, what program would you recommend after completing the 90-day dash? My background before was ignorance, random workouts, no program. It depends on what you're trying to do. We have a lot of programs. Maximum Swole or Swole Season is where most people go, but anyone else, if you have any specific, if you have any specific things that you're looking for, you could drop that, maybe post up in the community, and then people can see the post and we can cover it more tomorrow too if you want to break it down a little bit more. But most people go into Swole Season, and Swole Season's a little higher volume, so you don't have to do all the sets, just adjust it, stay on the lower end, but it gets you a little bit more. Swole Season is a smooth transition from the Swole phase at the end of the 90-day dash. And then a lot of people that have done Swole Season, because Swole Season came out before Maximum Swole, so people who did Swole Season, and then when Maximum Swole came out, they went to Maximum Swole, but you don't have to do Swole Season first, but many people do. So Swole Season or Maximum Swole would be probably where the majority of people head. All right, before we get into merch, before we get into the new merch release, we have an announcement. We got a Swole Year release party Monday, December the 29th. Let's go. So in terms of releases, next week is the 22nd, so we're not doing any releases for that. We're saving the releases for this. So next week we might have something small or this and the other, but that's like the 22nd next Monday. So we're just gonna probably have a normal episode and all that, but we're gonna have a big release party on the 29th. So we'll do extra releases. We do this every year. So if you're new, that's nothing different. We usually take a week off. The one right before Christmas or right before the New Year's party, and then we just do extra juicy releases on the 20. It's usually the 29th or the 30th, whatever that Monday drops that week. So super awesome. Swole Your release party, 26th, Monday the 29th. Be there, best party of the year. Yeah, we're gonna do awesome stuff. All right, new merch, and then we'll get y'all on your way to make sick fucking gains. Who's ready for merch? Who's ready for merch? Let's do it.
What's in the box? And that's the way, I like it.
Merry Swolemas. Let's go. Merry Swolemas. So still buy one, get one 50% off. Merry Swolemas. Go check out the sweatshirts, the tanks. We got the plaid design. Perfect for the holidays if you need a little extra flair for Christmas. Merry Swolemas, everyone. Merry Swolemas. Isn't that nice? Aww. 'Tis the holiday season. 'Tis the season to make sick fucking gains. It's a nice font. Yeah, thank you, Cerny. It's nice. Looks really good. Looks really good. Merry Swolemas. Merry Swolemas, everybody. We just watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation the other night. Still holds up. Still funny as shit. All right, fam. And, this is going to be dropping today. So if you're watching this live, you are the first people to know. So we did the new merch and you're like, okay, we just did the merch. That's usually the big release, but we have even more announcements. All right. We are completely balls deep in it. And I really am excited to announce who's ready for a big release. Just the tip of the iceberg.
What's in the box?
So now available over at papaswolio.com, we have officially launched, and it's now available. We have officially announced and launched SwoleTunes. Now available over on papaswolio.com. So SwoleTunes is advancement, the progression of all of our amazing alarms and ringtones, but they're no longer alarms and ringtones. They're SwoleTunes. So we are featuring the first drop today, and you guys are going to see the first video of SwoleTunes. And now you're going to be able to, well, it's awesome. So I'm going to play the video for you first. We're going to be dropping it on Instagram in a couple hours. So make sure you go and watch it over there too. But we're going to play it for you first here. And the first SwoleTunes is, drum roll again. Let's just break this button. Let's go. The first SwoleTunes release is Let It Grow by Papa Swoleo.
Hi, puppy.
SwoleTunes, Let It Grow. Let It Grow. So we're going to play this video right now. This is the first one, and we're dropping this at like 2:30, like 3 o'clock. So you'll see it later today. Make sure you go and, you know, you guys follow me on Instagram. So make sure you go and drop a comment, share it with your friends. So we'll play this video first, and then we'll give away the Swole card at the end. And the Swole card is Let It Grow. I don't have it over here right now. So you can go and drop that in the comments down below. So let's do that. Let's play the first SwoleTunes. Oops. Where's my merch button? There we go. The feature presentation of
What's in the box?
Let It Grow.
Let it grow, let your muscles start to show. Let it grow, let the jabroni version go. Lift the weight, don't procrastinate. Go to the fucking gym. Your muscles won't grow if you sit there looking grim.
All right. So first of many, lots of them. So now available over there at papaswoleo.com. SwoleTunes are live, and there's a lot more dropping. So, and there's a lot more where that came from. Trust me. So now you can tell your friends, you can have the greatest, you can take you can now have the greatest alarms and ringtones in the realm. And now you can pick yours up along with some Let It Grow merch over at papaswoleo.com. Let it grow. Yeah, take that. Suck it, Disney. Suck these nuts. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Let it grow. Let it grow indeed. So now that's available. So go and check it out over at papaswoleo.com. Let It Grow by your boy. And we have a bunch of videos coming and more to come. So SwoleTunes is an entire sub-platform that we have. So there's many, many more that we have in the wind. So stay tuned, because we're going to be dropping these like hotcakes. SwoleTunes. Go check it out, papaswoleo.com. Go get it now. Right now. Let's give her the Swole card. We have a little Pinkston Churchill in the meantime. There's no card here. Let's do this. I think the card fell. So actually, I'm going to do another card right now. Let's see a little Tainty Man in the meantime. Aww. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, I don't know why. I think Falcon knocked it off. I think Falcon knocked it off the side. Well, you're supposed to have it in large letters. I don't know why you... I always gotta fill in the gaps, you know? I always gotta fix what this fucking bird does. Well, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Fuck you too. Last time I outsourced this fucking shit. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. There we go. All right. Let it grow. Damn bird. All right. Let's give this away. Hashtag. All right. Okay. Well, maybe you should have thought about that before you skipped out. Shouldn't be going on vacation. He took a break and then like, whoa, why are you taking my job? Well, you're not doing it. All right, we got a winner. Pinkston's on the move. Today's winner is, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Candyman 156 is our winner today. Congratulations. Yeah, they were on vacation. They went to like the Cayman Islands or something like that. Freddie and Tessie. So came back a little hungover probably. And then, well, what do you expect? Candyman, congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3508 in the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email. Man, that was a jam-packed show today, but we do have balls deep videos. We're going to get into that more tomorrow. I just wanted to make sure that because I do have an appointment, that we made sure that we got the Let It Grow and we got all the merch and we got, the important things. I had to make sure that we had the merch. You guys have to have your merch. You have to have your SwoleTunes. So suck it, Apple. Suck these nuts. These nuts. All of them. Just choke on it. SwoleTunes, baby. SwoleTunes. Go and check it out. papaswolio.com. Shameless plug. You're going to get your ear holes destroyed by this stuff. The full song is dope, but no one gets the full song. Only I get to bang my ear holes with the full song. Maybe if there's enough demand for it. Maybe for members. We'll see. But you gotta get this one. You gotta get this one first. Anyway, go check it out. SwoleTunes now available at papaswolio.com. I know you guys are going to be stoked from that because we were playing music a week or two ago, and this is why you haven't heard anything yet, because we're launching SwoleTunes, and it's fucking dope. So go check it out, papaswolio.com. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, Beaches. And we'll be back tomorrow for another amazing Gamecast. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.